start off giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashir Kakadash. That were honors to the apostles of great millstone, peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this true sincerity. I'm gonna get into here. Let me fix my camera, get it set up if I can. So it's the brother Kadash. You know, just getting into it. I was kind of going through some stuff in the spirit, so I was reading, and you know, during these times, we know that we're gonna have to go through tribulation. I think in Matthew's, the 24th chapter, it speaks about those who endure to the end. So I know, and I'm just trying to slow it down and just do some deep thinking and meditate on different scenarios that can happen, even though we just have faith. And regardless of what happened, you know, you gotta die having that faith. But you just want to think of something. Sometimes your mind starts to wonder, you know, when you're living in this and you know the sacrifice that we're making, you know, going out to the highways and byways, putting ourselves out there to be known for this gospel, known for the Lord's name. You kind of put the target on yourself. For sure, you put the target on yourself. And what happens is you know, there's could be consequences behind that. And there's a reward behind that too. This is Matthew's the 24th chapter, which actually goes into, see, that's the spirit. I didn't even have this precept pulled, but it goes into the precepts that I'm going to pull. So let's get it. Matthew's 24th chapter, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you to be afflicted. So when they deliver you, where are they going to put you at? They're going to put you in these different prisons and these different camps. You know, if it happens to you like that, right? And should kill you, and ye should be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So why are we going to be hated? Like I was just saying, we're going to be hated because the gospel that we're putting out there, which is the truth. This world hates the truth. You know, that's how we know. That's another little hint to know that this whole Christianity thing and Catholic Church and stuff is false, because the world loves that. That's where everybody goes to be. But the Lord say we are not of this world, and the world has not known him. You know, he's coming back to destroy this world and put up his kingdom. If the world was already righteous, he would come back and just join it. But that don't even make sense. That don't even sound right saying it. So of course the world is not righteous. No, but when the truth come out, the world's going to hate it because they're against it. Verse 10, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. That's amongst everything. So you're going to have you're going to have your parents might betray you, give you up to protect the rest of your family members, your girlfriend, your baby mama, brothers that you thought were cool with you, brothers that's in the truth, might deliver you up, give information on you when they get put in those bonds and they get tried and put in those prisons, when they get delivered up. So everybody's going to turn against each other, and then you're going to have people of the other nations that's going to be against you because of you bringing out this truth. Verse 11, and many false prophets shall arise that shall deceive many, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So that love is going to wax cold with people just trying to do whatever they can to survive, man. Right? Verse 13, but he that shall endure to the end, the same should be saved. But even through all that, you have to endure to the end, right? And we know about, you know, there's martyrs that could die for the word, and they get a crown of life too. But for the ones that don't go out like that, what's going to happen is you're going to have to endure to the end, which means that you're going to go through that tribulation. You're going to go through that hell, and man, you're going to go through whatever the Lord deems for you to go through. But you have to endure to the end. So I wanted to give brothers a little bit more faith on going through some of those things that's going to be coming here pretty soon that can help brothers get through those things. Let me set the stage with it right quick. This is Revelation chapter 2, right? Let's just get straight to the point. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Start at verse 10, Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So fear none of those things, man. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. So some of us, yeah, the devil gonna get a hold of you, come get you and cast you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So you want to be faithful into death, you know, and if you are faithful unto death, the Lord gonna have that crown of life waiting for you. And then back in Matthew, in chapter 24, when it was talking about some of you gonna have to endure to the end. Some of you ain't gonna have to die. Some of you gonna have to go through all hell and shit like that. You might get a leg chopped off, man. You might get an arm. You might get injured, but you might still be alive and endure to the end. You're gonna have to go through that. So pretty much you're gonna have to go through all hell, but you might not die. You might make it and get that same crown of heaven, because that crown from the Lord. Because those who endure to the end shall be saved. Here, let me find what I was looking for. I know it's in Acts, but here, let me pull another one real quick. Okay, I think that is Acts 12, which I'm gonna get into that one. But that's what it really comes down to. But let me set the stage real quick with it talks about that in second address. A lot of things in Revelations you can always find a precept for in a second address, which is the same thing the address you can find a precept to it in Revelations. That's what I see. Second address, chapter 16, starting at verse 68. For behold, a burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they should take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered into idols. So being idle means you ain't gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be locked down. You're gonna be in a FEMA camp, or you might be in a concentration camp, or you might be in a prison. You know, but it's a burning multitude, a burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. But that's the devil. You know, they're mad because you're bringing out this truth, and they're seeing their system go down. The more that their system continues to go down and things continue to get worse for them, people turn more like animals. And the more that people turn like animals, people do whatever, like Matthew chapter 24 said. That love is going to wax cold. People are going to do whatever they can, and people are going to want to blame somebody. You know, just like they had to blame the Muslims and stuff for the World Trade Centers, for the whole 9/11 thing. And everybody around the world, when that happened, everybody around the world everybody that was allies with America started to hate them. You know, I was a young boy around that time, but I remember people saying a lot of bad things about Muslims, being scared of them, seeing them in public, and saying hateful things towards them. Because they needed somebody to blame and take that anger out. So when this economy, which is already going down as we speak, when this really starts to fumble and famines come, people are going to get angry, and people are going to want to point at somebody and blame somebody for all this. And the Lord is telling us that it's going to be us. They're going to deliver us for His name's sake. They're going to point their fingers and look at us and say, it's because of you guys on the highways and byways talking all this shit, teaching us and condemning us, that all this is happening. And then they're going to start setting up plans to come after you and put some of you in prisons and shut the word up. There's going to be a famine of the word. I think that's in Amos 8, I believe, or somewhere around there. So that's what they're talking about, you know, and all hell's gonna break loose, because the Lord said, he gave us a warning and told us, like, look, they're gonna get some of you. It could be any one of us, man, but they're gonna get some of us, and they're gonna put some of us in those camps. And when they put you in those camps, they're gonna do all type of different things, man, all type of torture, different things. And even if you gotta die, you gotta remain faithful even to then. But have no fear though, right? Because at the same time, if you do get caught up in a camp, right? The Lord could send an angel to break you out. The Lord could save you from a camp, a concentration camp. The Lord could save you from a prison. The Lord could send an angel and get you out, man. So you gotta have faith all the way to the end, because you don't know. They might have tortured you, and you might be on your last breath, about to die, give up the ghost, and the Lord might send an angel and come get you out of there and save you. So you gotta remain faithful all the way to the end until you don't have no more breath, man. This is Acts 12. Now about that time, Herod, the king, stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church, right? And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. You know, they gonna do that. So the same way they were doing that to the disciples, what do you think they're gonna do to us? These people hate the Lord, man. The wicked hate the Lord. But they can't take it out on the Lord, so they have to take it out on us, his mouthpiece. And because he saw it please the Jews, right? And see, that's another thing. Ooh, that's a very important thing right there. Woo! That's the spirit,
can
man.
I help you?
The same way it pleased the Jews back then, they killed the disciples because they were bringing out the truth. It's the same way today. That's why when you go to Zechariah the 13th chapter, it's talking about 2/3, man. Because look, these what they call them niggas in the streets, man, that don't care about the truth, that's all into just clothes and adultery and sin in the streets, killing each other. They won't like to go back to regular. They don't want to follow the Lord either because they're wicked. And what are they going to do? They're going to be right along with the wicked, so-called white men in the other nations. They're going to be hand in hand with them, man. And saying, yeah, kill those niggas. Take those niggas to prison. They're terrorists. A lot of these different camps that's coming up against us, you know, coming up against like the One West camps, they secretly hate us, man. Behind doors, they waiting for us to go down because they want to be in the new light. They like house niggas that want to be liked by master the most, but they want to get us out the way and then get set up. That's why they do deals with them, right? And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. So I'm gonna leave it there. Hold up, cause I gotta go. I'm gonna come back to that. Don't get me wrong. But I gotta pull it. I gotta get a habit of pulling the scriptures rather than just saying them, because a lot of people too lazy to go look them up themselves, right? And they never heard of some of these scriptures, you know, a lot of times. So it pleased the Jews, and this is what's gonna happen to those Jews that it's gonna please in today's sense. Zechariah the 13th chapter, verse 7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Why is these 2 parts going to be cut off and die? Because those are the Jews, those are the Israelites that don't want to follow the Lord. And that's against his anointing. But the 1/3 should be left therein, right? And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God. Now remember, in the Matthew 24th chapter, it was saying that you have to endure to the end. So is there a rapture before tribulation? No. You're going to have to go through it and be refined. Them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. So you're going to have to go through that fire, man. But it goes to show you, those same 2/3 are back today. And those are the same people that it pleased the Jews to see the disciples being killed, man. See, it's all back today. Nothing new under the sun, right? Verse 4. And he had apprehended him, he put him in prison, and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him attending the Easter, to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, right? So just like Revelations 2 said, they should cast some of you in prisons. Peter was cast in prison. But prayers was made without ceasing of the church into God for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with two chains, and the keeper before the door kept the prisons, right? So they got guards watching. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side, wake him up, right? And raised him up, saying, arise up quickly. And his chains fell from his hands. Did Peter break the chains? No. The angels did it. His chains fell from his hands, man. Why? Because he remained faithful even if he's going to have to die, even when he got cast in prison. And the Lord sent the angel, man. Right, verse 8. And the angel said unto him, girdle thyself, and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he say unto him, cast thy garment about thee and follow me. So cover yourself, with your garment. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. So he thinking it's a vision. He think he dreaming. But this is real. When they were past the first and the second ward, there came into the iron gate that leadeth into the city, which opened to them of his own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street. And forthwith an angel departed from him. So the angel did his job. He set him free and departed from him. And when Peter was come to himself, he said, now I know of surety that the Lord has sent his angel and has delivered me out of the hand of Herod, and from all the expectations of the people of the Jews. Right? And then it goes more here. Let me find that part when Herod was kind of looking for him. Now, verse 18, jumping to verse 18. Now, as soon as it was day, there was no small stir among the soldiers. Among the soldiers, what was become of Peter? And when Herod, right, had sought for him and found him not, he examined the keepers and commanded that they should be put to death. And he went down from Judea to Caesarea, and there abode. And Herod was highly displeased with them of Tyre and Sidon, but they came with one accord to him, and having made Blasphemous the king Chamberlain, their friend, desired peace, because their country was nourished by the king country. So that was going into something else, but it pretty much shows you that he had to go in there and he put the guards and stuff to death because he was looking for, where did Peter go? But Peter had got delivered. He got saved out of those prisons. So yeah, there's a lot of scriptures that talk about, they're going to deliver us. They're going to cast some of us in prisons. They're going to come down on us and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you got to have faith all the way to the end. Just like Revelations 2 said, you got to have faith all the way to the end, because at the end of the day, the Lord could come and save you out of that. The Lord can send an angel at any time to save you out of that. Doesn't it say that the righteous should scarcely make it? The Lord has to shorten the days for the elect's sake, or no flesh will be saved. So that lets you know, it paints a picture that this is going to come down to the very end. You're not just going to cruise through this thing, man. You're going to have to go through tribulation and hell, and even to the point where some of us are going to actually be put to death, and then the other ones of us, it's going to seem like we're about to die or be put to death, and that it's all over, and the Lord is going to send an angel at the last moment to save you. So you just got to have faith. But can the Lord save you out of those prisons? Yes, the Lord can. The Lord can save you from anything, man. So you got to just continue having the faith. I just wanted to make a video on that. I don't make these videos so long because I know how brothers' attention span is. And at the same time, people have lives and got to do things and run other places. But, just to put a little bit more faith in the brothers, we got to ride this thing out to the end, man. Because it's nothing else. This is all we got. This is all we are. This is our faith. We got to ride it out to the end. We're going to see who was wrong about everything. We're going to see who was right about everything. The Lord going to come back and reveal all things, man. So with that, I'm gonna say salvation to the elect. Shalom.